Imagine a being whose power transcends mortal limits. A realm where lightning dances at the whims of a single individual, a being so electrifying, so enigmatic, that even the mightiest forces in the One Piece universe tremble in awe. In the vast expanse of the Grand Line, legends rise and gods walk among pirates. We've witnessed the might of the Yonko, the Four Emperors, but what if I told you there's another force that challenges their dominance? You may think you know the limits of power, but prepare to have your beliefs shattered. The one they call the god emerges from the heavens of Skypia, wielding a divine prowess that defies comprehension. Today, my fellow adventurers, we delve into the electrifying tale of a character like no other, soaring through the clouds, commanding the very essence of thunder and lightning. Enel, but is he truly a god? Join me on this journey as we uncover the untold story of Enel and peel back the layers of his godlike power. Let's embark on an electrifying adventure together. So grab your log pose and brace yourselves, because we're about to witness the awe-inspiring might of Enel, the god of One Piece.
How's that for an intro? Now let's get into Enel, the god of One Piece. Thanks to ChatGPT, I made that fancy narrated intro. I hope it was enjoyable. So if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail and intro, this video is going to be about Enel and how powerful he is and or could be. I'll be going over Enel's strength, speed, unique abilities / devil fruit comparisons, as well as his potential. So without further ado, let's get into his strength. To get the basic power scaling out of the way, we can look at Enel's calculated attack potency. This was mentioned in my previous video, but Enel's first Raigo attack, which is essentially his ultimate move, destroys the Angel Island of Skypia, but this feat is lessened by the fact that most of the island is made up of cloud-based material. Enel also had to use his airship to generate clouds and electricity to have a full power Raigo. However, assuming this attack could actually destroy everything, it has been calculated to be between 13 megatons to 1.5 gigatons, making it somewhere between city and large mountain level. Enel's second Raigo was larger and more powerful, but it didn't hit anything, so we can only speculate its power. On top of this, we consistently see Enel fire lightning attacks from anywhere he wishes, making lightning rain on foes over all of Skypia, and this lightning is capable of easily taking out even the Straw Hat crew members with single strikes. Had Luffy not been made of rubber, the Straw Hat's journey would have ended here. As for speed, most people would assume Enel is limited to that of lightning, but this isn't fully true in certain cases and for many reasons. I've explained it in depth in a community post and my previous video, but Enel should be able to move speeds between 1/3 to half the speed of light, or Mach 87,500 to Mach 146,000 through air. With the aid of more conductive materials like the gold all over the Maxime, or clouds, or any conductive metal, he can move even faster, quickly approaching the speed of light. Due to how lightning works, he can also fire an attack in the direction he wants to travel to make his movements faster through that area. So in a fight scenario, he can make it rain lightning around the battlefield to allow for increased combat and travel speeds. I also want to quickly mention Enel is extremely intelligent despite what you might believe due to his god complex. Enel has shown masterful manipulation of the Shandians and Skypians, a deep understanding of the history, origins, and politics of the Sky Islands, even capable of outsmarting Nico Robin, one of the smartest Straw Hat members by far, a vast knowledge of mechanics and technology in which is used to create and maintain the Maxime, as well as an understanding on the dials used in Skypia. With some time in the ancient city, he can easily become a technological genius somewhere between Usopp and Frankie, though in a way entirely unique to him and his ship, not taking the mech/ship route like Frankie or the Tinkerer route like Usopp. In summary, Enel's Devil Fruit allows him to turn his body into lightning and generate/control lightning externally, but in reality, his Devil Fruit grants him so much more in terms of power, beyond even what any other Logia offers. Firstly, he can make his heart restart with his ability if he ever goes down, similarly to how, spoiler alert, Luffy's Gear 5 restarted his heart the first time it was used, meaning even if you are strong enough to take him out, you're most likely going to have to do it again. And on top of this, Enel's attunement to electricity grants him enhanced mantra, which is what he called Observation Haki. That is one of the most powerful abilities granted by any Devil Fruit. Haki trumps Devil Fruits in the One Piece world, and this ability allows Enel to raise the ceiling his Haki can reach. So beyond just lightning, he can bring himself back from the dead and can reach heights in Observation Haki further than anyone else if he properly trains his power. as well as the possibility to gain and learn more lightning/electricity related powers. On top of this, in an interview, someone asked Oda the question of what Enel's bounty would be. His response was a bounty on the level of Ace's. Oda said Enel's bounty would be 500 million, while Ace's bounty before he died was 550 million. This would imply a level of strength and threat at least comparable to a Yonko commander. However, I have reasons as to why Enel would be well beyond even Ace. Firstly, part of Ace's bounty is from ties to Whitebeard's crew and being Roger's son. Enel is only an individual who Oda said would have that tier of bounty. Bounty doesn't translate one-to-one with power, but it's a good rough gauge of the threat to the world government. And on a basic level, Enel's Devil Fruit has the ability of lightning. What this means is Enel's lightning should be hotter than Ace's fire, meaning he can harm Ace similarly to how Akainu could. The hottest fires get up to 3300 degrees Celsius, while lightning gets to around 25,000 degrees Celsius. And to bring Akainu into this, magma is usually maxed out at 1600 Celsius, but the core of the earth can get up to 6000 Celsius, which would actually make Akainu being hotter than Ace make sense. So overall, Enel is likely comparable or greater than Ace in power. Lightning is objectively superior to fire. With Enel's Devil Fruit, he would be able to damage both Ace and Akainu without Haki, but also he can likely move faster than either of them using just his Devil Fruit. Additionally, Ace has never shown conscious use of Haki to begin with. Ace did show Conquerors when he was a kid, and was stated to have armament in the novel, but still hasn't shown major usage of that or any observation Haki. Therefore, Enel's at a bit of an advantage since he not only has observation Haki, but enhanced observation Haki thanks to his Devil Fruit, and his lightning should be able to harm Ace. Enel was already well into Yonko commander level or above since Skypiea. On top of this, had Enel been a regular pirate similar to Ace or any other major pirate, he may not have had his major weakness of a god complex, and he may have mastered Haki through combat. I honestly think, had he been a regular pirate, he would have had Future Sight, and even currently I believe, Enel could fight the likes of Katakuri, Ace, King, and likely even others. The only reason Enel was defeated so early on in the series was due to Luffy's elemental advantage, being completely immune to anything Enel could do, and the sheer shock of that. And let's not forget, Enel still succeeded in his goal. On top of this, you might compare Enel's Devil Fruit with Kizaru's to say Kizaru's is the evolution, but there's several advantages Enel has. Speed is the only thing Kizaru's fruit does better in my opinion, and the advantage there is only minimal. Enel's Devil Fruit allows him to move in more than a straight line when fully transformed, unlike Kizaru's Devil Fruit, granting him massive mobility advantages. Additionally, Enel's Devil Fruit allows him to pass through solid materials, even the ground, meaning there's nothing holding Enel back in terms of movement. Enel's Devil Fruit also allows him to generate remote attacks anywhere within his range, which is at least across all of Skypiea. Kizaru has shown no ability to summon attacks remotely. They all have to come from him as a form of lasers or accelerated attacks like a kick. Lightning/electricity also has several unique interactions. Enel can heat and shape conductive materials such as gold into weapons. Lightning can be used to mess with the heart's rhythm, manipulating magnetic fields. At higher levels, you could even control the electrical signals in opponents' brain and nervous systems. In the end, the Goro no Mi is more like a baby made of Ace's Mero no Mi and Kizaru's Pika no Mi, rather than one of those Devil Fruit's evolved or devolved forms. Now getting into Enel's potential power. If Enel goes through any training or any form of difficulty in combat on the moon, or if he had during his initial rise to power, I think Enel would master things like armament Haki and have further mastery over observation Haki with potential for future sight Haki. Not only that, if Enel lessens his god complex, or if he just had to fight harder battles on the moon, he will be on a level comparable to the Yonko. Enel could also gain very unique usages of his Devil Fruit, because there's things you can do with his Devil Fruit that he just hasn't even attempted or thought of. Enel just needs small pushes in the right direction or to face struggles. With that, he could now reach unimaginable heights of power. Now with Enel on one of the moons, what can we say about his potential? Enel may face unknown combatants, struggles, and abilities mostly unseen on Earth, like the Lunarians. He has interacted with various creatures in space and may fight genuine challengers from the moon or discover more ancient technologies left there. He discovered an ancient city full of seemingly sentient robots that are now loyal to him in his cover story, which I will link to in the description. But besides this, we don't know what Enel's been doing since chapter 474. He may have to face trials and tribulations based around the city and its technologies, or something to do with the space pirates he faced early on. All we know for sure is that he made it to the moon, and there's a solid possibility for him to come back later in the story, as a much stronger character, potentially friend or foe. But regardless of what position Enel takes, I believe he'll be much stronger on the level of the Yonko we know at this point in time, though I don't think he will reach his full, true potential due to his god complex and being essentially removed from the story. Also, since he's at the moon discovering ancient technologies, the Maxime, his ship, will incorporate incorporate his army of robots as well as the ancient moon technologies. These factors combined will allow him to reach well beyond his current state and push him far into the Yonko power level. With all this context, you could easily say Enel will be well into the Yonko levels given any use of his potential. So now we come to the sad conclusion. It's likely Enel will never be used in this way. The only potential for him to become a major part of the series that I can see is either the One Piece having something to do with the moon, or Enel somehow ending up working with Blackbeard at the end of the series to fight Luffy and the Straw Hats, becoming somewhat of a redemption moment for the Straw Hat Pirates against Enel. But in the end, Enel will most likely just become a punching bag for the Straw Hat Pirates, a minor hurdle for them to cover. I like to still hope and say that I don't think this entirely crosses out the possibility of Enel becoming Yonko level, especially since the Straw Hats will become so much stronger near the end of the series when those 2 points become relevant. I could be fully wrong, but I think Enel could be and would be Yonko level given any amount of hockey training. And if he reaches most of or all of his potential, I believe he could be one of the strongest characters in the whole series, above even the likes of Kaido or Shanks, comparable to the likes of Prime Roger and Whitebeard. Before the video ends, I'd like to mention one last thing. 80% of you are not subscribed to Kontetsu Kages. Invest early so you can watch us grow and our content constantly improve. We try to respond to every comment, and in every video, we ask for your feedback and suggestions in the comments because we genuinely want to make content you want to watch. Every like, comment, and subscription helps motivate us to make better and better content for all of you. So if you think we are decent now, invest so we can become the amazing creators you love to watch and so much more. We promise to work our hardest to bring you the best, most enjoyable content as long as you press the notification bell for us.